Hi folks, what I'm going to do is show you what I call an efficiency build. I'm on a server that has a rule about outposts not being larger than 5 by 5, and some people have said, oh, that's too small, I can't do it. So I'm going to show you how I do it in 4 by 4. So what you need to start off with is 12 triangle foundations and 6 or 7 squares. So first you lay down your 6 triangles. And the rule on this kind of build is squares on triangles, triangles on squares. So go around with my squares and now fill in with triangle foundations. Now the reason I say 6 or 7 squares is I like to put a little porch on the front. Sometimes I build a little balcony or sort of a porch system around the outside edge. So decide where you'd like to have a door that comes out, and again you put square on triangle. So I'll put the square there, and I'm going to pull in the door. In this build kit, basically you can pre-build it and carry it with you and put it down somewhere. Again, you just need 12 triangles and 6 or 7 squares, a doorway, a door, and 11 walls to get you started on phase 1. Basically putting your ground level in there, and you're safe for the night or whatever. So you can pre-build that part and then build the rest of it when you get to a spot. So here goes my 11 walls around. If it wasn't for the doorway, you would need 12. So the numbers, it's an easy one to keep in mind, you know, this combination of 6 and 12. So that's the first phase. You know, get that in. Now if you had to spend the night there, you'd be all safe. Toss down a mat or whatever, and you're good. Alright, so I'm going to run out and start on phase 2. Now, building up to a second floor. Now, one thing about Conan, it doesn't have a height restriction, and the server has no height restriction, so I can basically just build up as high as I want. Again, the rule here is to put triangles above triangles, squares above squares. So I'm going to go ahead and put the second floor in first. I like window walls on the second floor. They give a lot of light during the daytime, and also at night you can tell when the sun's coming up or going down or whatever. So 12 window walls to finish building basically a 2-story room. I don't like roofs right over my head. Alright, and then to put your stairs in, what you need to do is put a floor wedge, a triangle above a triangle, like that, and then take your stairs, rotate them around, attach it, and then again find your triangle, and you want to put triangle above triangle. So over there, that triangle's above the other one, and now you put your stairs in. So this is how you build a spiral staircase in this mini tower. Alright, so there's the start. Now to put down the floor, once again, it's pretty much the same rule. You're going to need you won't quite need as many because you got to leave it open for the stairwell. But you put squares above squares, like that, and triangle above triangle. As long as you keep it consistent that way, you won't have any trouble with placing stairs or getting your floor sections in or whatever. If you build this bigger, and I've seen YouTube videos of people that build these even much bigger, basically when you build bigger, you got to start putting in pillars, and you have problems with the floor supports and all kinds of stuff. But this one you'll never have problems with the floor supports or you know, the ceiling sections not going in. So you get 6 ceiling pieces, triangles right in the middle. Basically just maintain the same pattern, and now you can see that I have my opening for my stairwell. I'm all ready to build up to the next level. And as I said, if you want to build this 2 stories high, 3 stories high, 4 stories high, however many high you want to go, you can. Okay, so adding more floors, and just repeat this if you want more than 3 floors. So what you need to do is have 24 walls, 12 for each level. In this case, I'm going to go up to build 3 floors. So I'm going to put my window walls, because I like window walls, except on the first floor. I don't like window walls on the first floor. You know, don't have people looking in. But all my upper floors, I'll put the windows in on those. So it's 12 to go around once, and then if you want to go up 2 levels because, as I said, I don't like ceilings right above my head. So here goes the second set of 12. Run those around. And once you get those in, then it's just a matter of repeating how you place the stairs in. So you want to make sure you got enough room when you come off the stairs. So I skip over a triangle and a square. So I don't want to put my triangle above that second one there. I need to go over one more to give myself room. So above this triangle, I will put a triangle floor section. Make sure I got it at the right spot. There. And then up, skipping over the square, triangle above a triangle. And now I can put my stairs in. If I can get them to go to the right place. You know, this building system in Conan, it can be frustrating at times, but this build is pretty simple. I don't have really too many problems with it. Occasionally it'll want to get finicky, but yeah, if you move them around enough and hold your tongue the right way, they will eventually snap in place. Alright, so there's floor 2, and now I'm up to floor 3. Same thing, repeat your pattern, make sure you put squares above squares. This time, because I know it's squares above squares, I'm just going to go ahead and place all my squares down first. That's shifting around in inventory. And then go back and fill in with triangles. And fill your center section in. Okay, and now you see I've got a spiral staircase. Very easy to move up and down the stairs when you set them up in that pattern. And as I said, you can just keep going up as many floors as you want to. Alright, now I like to put a balcony on my builds. You can see, you know, I've got my 3 floors and all the window walls up top there. Give you plenty of light to work in the daytime. It's not gloomy or dark inside. So because I'm going to put the balcony up here, I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of the balcony out there first. Just so sometimes I get out there I can't see my pattern. So, and the same thing, you want squares to attach to triangles and triangles to attach to squares. So I'm looking to see where would I want to put a door for a view, and I think that oasis out there looks nice. And so I'd probably want to be able to just step out in the morning, look out over the oasis, you know, have some fresh coffee, see how the neighbors are doing down there. And so I'm going to decide where I want to put a doorway out to a balcony, and I'm going to start my balcony. Squares attached to triangles, triangles to squares. So this is actually going to be outside of my tower, and this is how I put my balcony in. Alright, so triangles on squares, and squares on triangles. And you just repeat that pattern all the way around, and you'll have an outside balcony. Of course, you could build that wider if you wanted to. I like to place dancers up on those balconies, and that way I can get that health regen, you know, from the dancers just standing at the bottom. So put in my doorway, my door, because that's where I want my view. And now I start putting my walls in. Of course, it goes in the wrong way. You always got to have at least one of those. So tear that down, and now I got to go out and get some more material. So be right back. And you can see I went ahead and slapped all the walls in there. You've seen this done, so you know how to do that. So now I'm going to show you how to put them in the roofs. So this time it's basically the same pattern. When you're putting your floors in, you put squares above squares. So when you put the roof in, same thing. You put your square sloped roof above the squares. You put your triangular sloped roofs above the triangles. So I slap in my square slopes above the squares. Then I fill it in with the triangle sloped roof. Got to build a few right quick. It's you know, sticks and fiber to make these thatched sloped roofs. And then you just have to rotate these around. They're pretty easy to put in. They can be very hard to place on some structures, but I found with this little mini tower the thatch roof goes on very easily. Okay, and I don't make pointy roofs. I just I put one level of the thatched roof there, and then you fill in with 6 triangular roof sections to close it in at the top. So get my triangles. Looks like I got to build a few more of those. So you can see there's 1. Need 5 more, and just fill it in. So as you can see, it's a simple build. It's something that's compact enough that you can basically build almost like a build kit and carry it with you. Take it out when you're exploring, and you can slap down that first floor right quick. You know, with if you just keep those numbers in mind, and then you know just farm the rest of your stuff at that location. And when you're building, you know exactly what you need. You know the numbers. You know the 12 walls or the 6 center floor section. And as you can see, my circular stairway, you can just run up and down it. So that's what it looks like from the outside. That's what it looks like when you start getting the balcony on. You want to put the balcony the rest of the way around. As a bonus, I want to show you how I stack boxes, because it is a small area. Now, I did not want to build a bunch of these chests because they're kind of expensive to build. So I'm going to show you how you do it. You put the first one against the wall, and then you overlay your box. Same thing that I did with the second one. So you get it to, you got to scroll it down to the ground a bit, get it to overlay exactly. Use your scroll wheel. Now scroll it up, and scroll it up. And then you got to make sure it overlaps the other one almost perfectly. And then you just, once it lines up like that, you see, you can just mount it. Messing around trying to get it lined up perfectly with the boxes. So there's my third box. So the same thing, you put the first one down, you take another one, you get it to where it overlaps exactly, and put them up. So, and this is a quick tour of the finished build. You can see the 6 triangles in the middle, and my spiral staircase. I've got a tanner's bench in there. I've got a carpenter's bench. Used to be a furnace where that other stack of boxes is, but I didn't need the furnace anymore. You go up to the second floor. You see I've got a blacksmith bench. I've got a armorer's bench. I've got a firebolt cauldron. And you go up another level. On this one I put my balcony a little bit lower down, as you can see, and I put fences around it. So, you know, nice view of Desert Dog's camp there. And you go on up, and as I said, build as many floors as you want. Here's my third floor with my fancy dancer, and my bed and a few boxes. You see the ceiling. So you can build, and if you look at that floor layout, it's a 4x4 build. You count the little balcony on the outside, you might want to count it as 5. So there's what it looks like finished, with a few undead shellbacks and shellback king heads mounted on it, and backing up you can see the balconies and a finished build. So if you like the video, give me a like, and any comments below, well, I appreciate it. So thanks for watching. I will catch you later.